watching KITV4 News at 10, Hawaii's most complete late newscast.
The federal government has announced it is giving the Big Island's Natural Energy Laboratory millions to expand the technology park to include more room for alternative energy and biotech businesses. But the state auditor found the lab needs more than just money for it to continue to grow and develop. KITV4's Paul Drews has details on the recently released audit of the Big Island facility.
For those fishing for new energy ideas and new ways to raise seafood, Hawaii's Natural Energy Lab on the Big Island, known as NELHA, seemed like a good catch.
A legislator described NELHA as a diamond in the rough.
It began over 4 decades ago as a place where energy was created from pumping warm and cold seawater ashore. It turned into a business incubator where innovative companies were also developed in the wake of all that water. But while lobsters, abalone, and exotic fish grew here, the lab didn't grow as much as some expected.
It's one of these agencies where people have been waiting and waiting and waiting for it to meet its potential or show its potential or prove its worth. And some people are getting a little tired of waiting. It's been decades.
Keohole is on the sunny side of the Big Island, a perfect place for a solar farm. But ironically, according to the auditor's report, those who ran the Natural Energy Lab did so in the dark.
There was a board. The board wasn't paying much attention to some of the larger issues. And gradually it wasn't paying attention to sunshine laws, so no one knew what it was doing. And it couldn't prove its worth.
The lab had no master plan, an incomplete financial plan, and a lack of training for board members. And the state audit found another unsettling detail. The board did not have any members of the public, but did have representatives of tenants, not only on the board, but voting on the lease rates for other tenants, a violation of board and state rules. The Natural Energy Lab has about a $20 million budget funded by the income from its tenants, some of whom had raised concerns over varying rates for the seawater used to support their business. The state audit found the Natural Energy Lab still holds a lot of potential, but it also needs a more nurturing environment to reach it.
If people were looking for us to find fraud, we didn't find that. We didn't find mismanagement. It was almost benign neglect.
Higa noted that since the lab has changed administrators last year, there have been some positive changes with tenants and revenue. She says NELHA is now self-sufficient on an operational level, but will still rely on state funding for capital improvement projects for many years into the future. Laura?
Interesting stuff. All right. Thanks a lot, Paul.